All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Listen, if you've ever felt completely frustrated by surface-level nail treatments that promise the absolute world but deliver, well, next to nothing, you are exactly where you need to be. Today, we're cutting through all the glossy marketing of topical polishes and vitamins, and we're unpacking the real, hard science of physical vascular therapy. We're going to look at exactly why treating your nails from the outside almost always fails, and how unlocking your body's very own microcirculation holds the true foundational secret to stronger, faster-growing nails. So why do your nails keep breaking despite your careful routines? Honestly, if you've been religiously applying those expensive nail oils, taking biotin supplements every single day, and practically wearing gloves 24/7, yet you're still dealing with slow-growing, brittle, or ridged nails, you're probably feeling pretty defeated. Well, we are answering exactly why that happens today. The short answer, the root cause actually isn't what you're putting on your nails, it's what is or isn't reaching them from the inside.
Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with the secret to nail health, then talk about microcirculation, introduce the BEMER therapy solution, look at what the numbers actually show, and finally, build a better routine. Let's get to it.
Starting with Section 1, the secret to nail health and the inside-out approach.
To really understand your nails, you have to look at the nail matrix. This is the living tissue tucked just beneath your cuticle, and it acts exactly like a 24/7, highly active factory. Every single hour of the day, it's producing cells and compressing them into those keratin layers that eventually emerge as your actual nail plate. But, like any high-output factory, it literally requires a continuous, uninterrupted supply chain of raw materials, specifically oxygen and nutrients, to do its job. When that supply chain is perfectly optimized, you get a well-nourished matrix. That means dense cells creating a smooth, firm nail that grows at a great natural rate with that healthy, pinkish translucency. But when that supply chain takes a hit, whether from age, stress, sitting at a desk all day, or even cold weather, the factory slows down. The result? An impaired matrix. And that brings us slower growth, brittle textures, those annoying vertical ridges, and a dull, opaque look.
Moving on to Section 2, microcirculation and your nails, otherwise known as the delivery system. Now, if the nail matrix is the factory, microcirculation is the highway network delivering the crucial supplies. And get this, a staggering 74% of your entire vascular system is made up of microscopic vessels. We're talking about arterioles, capillaries, and venules that are literally smaller than 0.5 millimeter in diameter. Only 26% are the macroscopic vessels, the larger veins and arteries we usually think about. Those microscopic vessels are the final, absolute critical delivery mechanism where oxygen and nutrients actually leave your bloodstream and enter the nail cells. If this massive microscopic network isn't flowing, well, the nutrients simply never arrive at their destination.
So how do you know if your delivery system is failing? Well, your body's actually trying to tell you. If you've noticed these specific clinical signs, you need to pay attention. Slow growth of less than 3 to 4 millimeters a month, that means reduced capillary perfusion. Brittleness and peeling, that's weak keratin from a lack of amino acids. Vertical ridges are super common, and they actually indicate irregular, uneven capillary distribution across your nail bed. And pale color or persistently cold fingertips point directly to reduced oxygenated blood flow. You guys, these aren't just annoying cosmetic issues. They are literal clinical red flags that your nail matrix is running on critically low resources.
Which brings us to Section 3, the BEMER therapy solution and the cellular level science.
So how exactly do we fix a broken microscopic supply chain? Enter BEMER. It stands for Bioelectromagnetic Energy Regulation, and it's a highly researched medical technology system developed in Liechtenstein that specifically targets this exact microcirculatory system. But to understand how it works, we have to talk about something called vasomotion. This is the spontaneous, rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the smooth muscle cells in your small blood vessel walls. Think of it as the natural pumping action that propels blood through your capillaries. Without it, blood simply can't get through the microscopic network, no matter how hard your main heart pumps. The catch? This vasomotion naturally diminishes with age, stress, and lack of movement.
What's really fascinating is that BEMER doesn't rely on chemicals, pills, or any pharmaceutical substances. Instead, it uses a patented multidimensional pulsed electromagnetic field, or PMEF for short. This highly specific, carefully calibrated signal actually penetrates the body to physically stimulate those smooth muscle cells in your blood vessels, effectively kickstarting your impaired vasomotion. It's a purely physical stimulation that targets the autoregulatory component of your capillary network. Pretty amazing, right?
Let's look at Section 4, What the Numbers Show, featuring the Berlin Institute research.
Of course, science needs proof. We can't just say it works. The data we're looking at comes directly from the prestigious Berlin Institute for Microcirculation, literally one of the top research centers in the world for this stuff. They measured exactly what happens after 30 days of consistent BEMER use. First up, they found a massive 27% increase in vasomotion speed. That means the rhythmic pumping action of your small vessel walls becomes way faster and far more effective. The core engine of your microcirculation is essentially getting a major tune-up.
Next, the research showed a 29% improvement in blood distribution within the capillaries. So what does that mean for you? It means far more of your actual capillary network is receiving active, flowing blood. For your nails, this eliminates those little zones of oxygen deficit across the nail bed, which, remember, is exactly what causes those frustrating vertical ridges we talked about earlier.
Then, and I absolutely love this one, a 31% increase in venous outflow speed. Why does this matter for beauty? Well, venous outflow is essentially your body's trash removal system. A faster outflow rapidly clears metabolic waste debris away from the nail bed. And when metabolic waste just sits there and accumulates, it actually degrades your existing keratin faster, so clearing it out is totally vital for preserving your nail integrity.
And to top it off, a 29% increase in oxygen extraction. This ensures that a whole lot more oxygen is successfully transferred from the blood right into the surrounding tissues. It means your nail matrix is getting absolute maximum nourishment and efficiency out of every single drop of blood that passes through your fingertip. It is truly optimizing the entire supply chain from top to bottom.
All right, wrapping things up with Section 5, building a better routine and the home application.
We've spent a lot of time geeking out over the intravital microscope data, but how does all this cellular science build into an actual, actionable home routine that supports full systemic health and gorgeous nails? It's shockingly simple. Step 1, lie on the full-body Lavati mat. Step 2, run a quick 8-minute session. Step 3, repeat this twice daily, ideally once in the morning to start your day and once in the afternoon. And get this, it operates completely below the threshold of sensation. Some people say they feel a mild warmth, but there's no shocking, no vibrating. It's incredibly easy to just stack right onto your existing daily habits.
Now, a quick reality check on results. Measurable changes in nail quality typically become apparent after 4 to 8 weeks of consistent use. You have to remember, nails only grow about 1 millimeter per week. BEMER isn't magic, you guys, it's biology. Patience is absolutely essential here. You have to give your newly nourished, optimized nail matrix the time it needs to slowly push out that older, brittle nail and replace it with stronger, firmer keratin. It is a true gradual inside-out transformation.
So as we wrap up this explainer today, I really want to leave you with the final thought. Are you treating your symptoms on the surface? Or are you genuinely nourishing your foundation from the inside out? Because whether we're talking about your nails, your overall energy levels, or your systemic recovery, true wellness simply does not come from a bottle of polish. It is built fundamentally from the inside out, starting deep within your microscopic capillaries. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I will catch you on the next explainer.